New year, new me. That's what we love to say at the beginning of the year. But can we stick to those resolutions? Let's find out inside your spotlight on now.
That's right. A lot of people say that, but I don't, because I know myself. So my next guest is going to help us get from that inner lack to inner lush. And she's also going to make sure that we rise up. She is an author and a certified relationship and self-love coach. And she joins us here on The Now to talk a little bit about the ideas for your New Year's resolutions and how to stick to them. I say good morning and welcome to Miss Anne-Marie Emmanuel. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for joining us and for bringing some things to add to my reading list for sure.
Yes.
But I mean, as we were implying, with the new year, people tend to want to talk about the change and start with all the best intentions. But following through, committing and staying on track when it comes to resolutions is not easy. How do we do it? What do you suggest we start with as our approach ahead of the new year so we can really get a hold of things?
So I can relate to that because I was there and it is hard, but I have a different approach with resolutions now. So in the beginning, you're very strongly motivated, and then your willpower is very, very high. And that's okay because that works well on the surface. But what we don't pay attention to are those inner manipulators that's running around in our subconscious that is actually causing the self-sabotage and the self-doubt. And all of the things that bring the willpower down, 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 down.
What are those inner manipulators?
And those are personality types that we all possess. And I call them in my work inner manipulators because that's what they do. They manipulate situations in order to survive. So those are the personalities that forces us to make decisions that really doesn't serve us. And the thing is, it's happening beneath the surface. So we're very much not aware of it.
Right. Yeah. Now, you say the inner manipulators, and I hear multiple personalities almost. But we often talk about, speaking it into being. I said that this morning. You talk about what you aspire to be. So in terms of setting the goals for the new year, are you saying that these are just things we don't consider, perhaps, that we need to be more mindful of to start?
Absolutely, because that's exactly what's keeping us from attaining those goals.
So another thing that we talk about a lot is self-love. Buzzwords on the internet, and everybody thinks it's getting your nails and hair done constantly. Talk a little bit to me about the influence and how it will help our relationship to succeed or fail when it comes to self-love and indulging.
Yes, well, I have a catchphrase that says everything begins and ends with self-love. So every area of your life is impacted by the energy and the vibration that you're carrying. And if your energetic signature is low, or if your vibrational frequency or your vibrational currency is low, then every area of your life is going to be impacted. Your relationships, your career, your health, your confidence, all of those things, your self-expression is going to be impacted. So I tell people that the work that you have to do is to start by building that foundation of self-love. And when you do that, then everything else falls into place.
And how do you define self-love? What are some of the tangible or measurable ways that we can determine, yes, I'm doing this right or not?
That's a really good question, because a lot of people think self-love, like you said, is having the bubble bath and the nails done and going on vacations. But it's a lot deeper than that. It's building a foundation that's connected to your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul, all the parts of you. So when you practice self-love, you make a choice. It's a choice, it's a practice, and it's a state of being. So once you incorporate all of those things, you start operating from that frequency and that vibration of self-love, which is what causes you to align to the gifts of the universe.
I like how you're going with the choice and that it's a state of being, because we've romanticized the word love altogether. Worse yet for self-love. To be some sort of magical thing that automatically happens, but you actively have to participate in it. It is a verb, I always say.
And it's a work.
It is
it's
definitely
a work. In progress. It's hard work. I tell people that's where the hard work in life is. But when you do that, you start seeing the results. You start seeing the magic that happens because you're raising your vibration. Now in 2025, we're learning about how the universe operates. And the universe operates with energy and vibration.
Right.
And in order to collaborate with the source of who we are, we have to be on the same vibration.
I like that you talk about successes as well immediately, like you're vibrating higher, so you're seeing those successes, because there are many people who are deemed successful by any measure, whether it's fame, popularity, or actual wealth, other things, but generally successful. Yet to themselves, they struggle with generally feeling unfulfilled. How does this impact their ability to change habits? Because they are technically vibrating high according to you.
Yeah.
But still, the fulfillment, the self-love, the success that they feel isn't enough.
And I was there. In my book, Relationship, I talked about that time when I was accomplishing all my goals, very successful. But yet inside, there was something missing. I felt like I didn't belong. So, not that I didn't belong, but I felt like I was still reaching, chasing after things, and wasn't feeling fulfillment. So again, it's only after I did the work, the inner work, that you have to do the inner work. Because when you do the inner work, you learn about the things and those personalities that I spoke about earlier,
Right.
and how they manipulate your life, they hijack your life and your decisions and everything. So it's really, really amazing. But once you do that work, then you're able to, I still am a high achiever, but now I am fulfilled.
Well, in that case, you've used some words that I want to tap into, because you talked about aligning, and just touched on the pressure that the high achievers will feel. So let's talk about setting your resolutions from a place of being aligned versus a place of pressure.
Right. Well, any negative emotion is a sign that you're operating from fear.
Okay.
Right? So pressure, whenever you're feeling pressure, and that's a normal thing that comes with setting resolutions if you haven't done the work. So when you're operating from fear, you're operating from a low vibration, and that is opposite to self-love. So that is why I tell people you have to do the work so that you're able to manage your emotions and be with them, learn how to be with your emotions, and then manage them and let them pass through you, because you are not your emotions.
Say that again for the people in the back. Manage them and let them pass through you, because you're not your emotions. Some profound stuff. Now, you discuss these concepts in your book, Relationship Shift, as you mentioned, and the latest book, Rise Up, that you co-wrote with Lisa Nichols. In terms of practical application of these concepts, things that we could actually use to start making those resolutions, what are some of the things that we could take to build consistency without burnout or self-criticism? Give us some tips.
I tell my clients, when you are creating resolutions, the first thing is pay attention to what you're feeling. Pay attention to what the thoughts that's going through your mind. Pay attention to what your body is telling you, because a lot of times we don't connect with the resolution in that sense, right? And the most important thing is to pay attention to the words that you're using to set your intentions and your resolutions. For instance, if you are saying in 2026, I want to make an additional $50,000 in my work, right? That sounds good, but it really isn't connecting. First is if I say, I live in a world of abundance, and in 2026, I'm going to align to that abundance and that energy of abundance. I'm learning how to do that so that I not only get abundance in my financial area, but I get abundance in every other area of my life.
And that's interesting, because your words are not as specific as we might have been taught to be in the past.
Right. And then the thing to realize is when in the first statement, it's sort of like you're coming from a place of lack or not enoughness.
In terms of I want.
Right. But in the second one, it's much more inspiring because it's...
I come from a place of abundance.
Yeah.
I watch you, I learn it quickly, you know. Hit me with another one that we could use. So our language is one, and knowing where we're starting from, of course, is definitely one. What else do we need to focus on?
So again, if you're creating that resolution, let's say that you are, I want to stop procrastination in 2026, right? How about you come up with a statement to reframe that?
Not living that fast. Oh, no. I am capable and equipped to deliver on things that I set as goals.
Wonderful.
Yes.
I am becoming a person who fulfills and be committed to everything that I choose for myself. And all of those. You did wonderful.
See, just a couple of minutes and I'm ready to make better resolutions already. Right. But of course, we could have these sorts of conversations in so many pockets because we would want resolutions for our physical self or financial selves, our families, or even romantically, and therefore could have a lot of tips that you could share with us. How can we find more?
Oh, of course, you know, you can go to my social media, which is @PassionKairos, or my website, www.passionkairos.com. Or you can go on Amazon.com and get my books to learn all about how to tap into the frequency of self-love.
Of course. And in terms of advice giving someone who is discouraged because their previous resolutions didn't make it past March, what would you say to them?
I would say to them that, first of all, stop bullying yourself. Stop self-sabotage. Because basically that's what it is. Because you're bullying yourself and beating up on yourself based on things that you think you didn't accomplish because you are setting certain goals for yourself. And that pressure that we spoke about earlier is all of these things that I spoke about with this personalities that's taking over and causing you to do that. So I suggest to that person to really align to understanding how to build a foundation of self-love, and to, if they don't know how, if you don't know how to do that, invest in yourself, get a coach, get into a program that teaches you, because it's so important for you to understand that that is where you start. And when you do that, you are sort of putting, you're raising your vibration, because self-love is safety. It's a safety net, you know?
And it is also a verb. So I remember that most than anything else. And I hope that you guys get something that you can use, put into action, and get ready to get better resolutions as we head into 2026. But don't worry, before that, we've got even more tips for you here on the Now, so stick around, guys. We'll be back after these messages.
Have a good day and everything is okay. No matter what happens, we're not giving up. Plus life too short, so let we live it up.